channel. Today I'm going to be showing y'all how I do a little impromptu on my leave out and layering and curling my hair. So it is currently 3:17 a.m. I am going to Orlando and we are leaving at 5 a.m. So I'm on team no sleep right now. That's why I'm looking a little crazy. So I already did my quick weave. I have so many videos on how I do my quick weaves. I did this one the same, nothing really different, side part. And this one's just a bit different because I'm going to show you guys like the closing of the quick weave, because I know a lot of people don't kind of show the details after they put the tracks in. So we are going to take my Care styling wax stick and we're going to put that on my edges. Not my edges, my roots. And you're going to see it's a little gappy because I still got to add one more track. So don't you worry. And I'm putting it on my ends because those tend to stick up the most, and on my edges because that be getting frizzy too. So just a little bit, I just dab it. All right, take my little comb. I got my mirror over here, so I'll be looking this way and hopefully y'all can see. I feel like my camera's a little bit blurry, but I could be wrong. All right, so it looks like this side is covering the tracks very well. I'm gonna get all my hair. Y'all see the tracks a little gappy. I might add one more track depending on if it's thin or not. I'm gonna make sure I like my part. Something about it is not right. So I'm gonna add a little piece. I'm using my handy dandy Conair flat iron. This is on 419. And I just tap my roots a few times and just do one pass, but I go slow so that it's seamless. I'll do that again. I'm gonna turn this way. My head is looking big. So grab the part that you didn't flat iron. Holding my roots taut. I'm gonna tap, 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 and then glide. And then I always comb it right back in. Y'all can see. Let's turn it this way. It should be seamless. I'm gonna do this side. I'll just run through it real quick. Separate the extensions from my hair. And because my leave out, I only left out like a little slither. I'm just gonna do it all in one pass. But if my leave out was a little bit thicker, I would do it in smaller layers. Personally, I like to turn my heat all the way up because I hate to think that it's not hot enough, and that's why it's not getting as flat as possible. My real hair, I like it on the hottest temperature. And then I just glide slowly. And then I always brush it down into the direction of the weave. So y'all see I got a lot of colors going on, and I don't like all these colors. Like, I don't like it looking like it's coming from the root. I'm gonna do a brown track so it can all blend seamlessly. So because I just turned my heat back up, I'm gonna do it one more time, just all together. And just make sure I hit my roots. And when I do it on the hottest heat, because I'm only doing one pass and I'm gonna spray it into place, you're not gonna have to keep doing this, you know, coming back to your leave out. Get my edges right in the front. Make sure it all blends. So y'all see, super duper seamless. And with my hair in the weave, but I'm gonna add a track so it's even more seamless right there. And I'm gonna go back over this side because I turned my heat up to the highest temperature. And I just want to make sure that thing is straight and it's gonna stay straight. So I'll hold it a little tight. I tap like once or twice and I drag it all the way down. I always comb it in or brush it in and it just flat. So I'm gonna snatch my edges up real quick. And I don't touch my skin. I like drag out the flat iron. I have a smaller one, but I ain't feel like getting it. Make sure my hair is down on this side. I'm gonna try to get as close to your root as possible. So when you add your edge control or whatever you plan on using, it's flat. So as y'all can see, it looks cute, but it's still too blonde at the roots for me. Like I want it to be more seamless. So what I'm gonna do is pick up my edges. I'm sorry, my leave out on both sides. Like open it all the way up. So I'm definitely gonna have to part my hair again, but I'm gonna try to see. There's still a lot more to cover in. So I'm gonna add a track so that could be more seamless. I have long prongs in here. I thought I had long ones, but I only have short ones. I'm probably just gonna get this on my face right quick. All right, so I just have some extra pack hair laying around, but I try to find hair that's closest to my natural hair color for that last piece of track because I want it to look natural. I want it to look like it's coming out of my scalp. So this is a number 4, and this is just regular human hair. The only inch I have is a 14 inch, so we're just gonna make it work. And it's gonna look like it's gonna look less highlighted at my roots because that doesn't look natural to me. So we're gonna open it up. I'll cut the track. I'm trying to go quickly for y'all. So here's the track, and that's just gonna fill in this extra gap right here. So I'm gonna fill it up right onto there. I'm not gonna go all the way to the front because I like how this is laying. And that's just gonna help cover up that extra blonde that's just like peeking out real strong. I don't like that. I want it to look more ombre-ish. So what I'm gonna do is open this up because y'all know the pack hair is a lot thicker. and they double the wefts. So if I iron it just to save me some work. All right. So let me get a razor real quick. Probably should have had that with me. Okay, so I'm going to split this track in half. And you're going to see with the back hair, it's going to split so easily. Breaking it into two. I'm going to just keep slicing it until all of it breaks even. Keep slicing. I'm just like barely touching it. You'll see the thread split in between the two tracks. And I'm doing this because I want to close out my leave out up here, but I don't want it to be bulky. I want it to be like as seamless as possible. So literally the bust leaves at 5. My family probably got like I think like a Greyhound bus, so we could all go to Orlando. And here I am, last minute, trying to get my hair done. Oh, shoot. So I'm trying to remove some of the tracks. So this is the pack hair split. I kind of like this side. So I'm gonna use this one. And I already flat ironed it to get out some of the kinks. And I'm gonna go ahead and glue this right on the edge of my leave out. It's gonna help cover up some of this blonde. I didn't really mean to do all this blonde. I feel like it's fall, you know? Like fall is like more for like darker tones of hair, but whatever. I'm just gonna go with it. Let's pray my glue is open. That's the one thing I hate about glue. It always drying out. So I'm just trying to get the dry glue off this thing. The thing about live, you gotta do everything on live. Okay. I'm just so sick of editing. It's just like, is it even worth it? All right. So I'm gonna snap that back on. Up. And I'm gonna put like a small behind amount of glue. Because if it's too much glue, it's gonna smear. And if it's too little, it's gonna dry too fast and it's not gonna stick. So I'm gonna show y'all when I'm done. This glue stank, man. This glue smells like apple cider vinegar. making sure to get every piece because I need this thing to stick as soon as I put it on my head. I like to make sure I get like the corners. All right, so shake it, shake it, shake it. I just do this so it can get a little bit tacky. And we're gonna make sure that this comes out right. Let me see what side I wanna start with. I'm gonna start with this side. I gotta see and y'all gotta see. So I'm putting it right at this tip. Push it in. And I'm not gonna put it like directly on the line. I'll put it a little towards that back track so it's not bulky at all. I can't see. And y'all see some of my cap is still showing. I'm gonna cover that up. Bring it around the corner. And y'all see it's about to end, but my hair is too long. So I'll get my scissors, find the ending spot. Let's just make sure it's not too long because I don't want it to show. I'll cut it a little bit more. It was a little too long. Yeah. Okay, because I done touched it, it dried a little bit. So it's gonna bring the glue right at the tip, like where you could see it. And then just get that little tiny edge. I don't have a mirror here. Just hold it down, make sure that crop sticks, and make sure you don't put too we'll see that glue. Clean it up. Y'all see it got a little bit dark right there, but it's fine. All right, so this is the new closure. See? It's still very natural. It's not too close because I don't want it to give a little hump. So we're done with that. We're gonna open it back up and see what it's looking like. I'm just gonna see how I want my part to lay. I like my part a little bit curved. And also too, for this back part, you kind of got to take a portion specifically for the back and kind of flat iron it towards the back to cover up the back part of the U, because you just do it to the side, the back won't be covered. Like I said, I only left like a little bit of hair out, so I'm hoping that it all covers. I'm gonna take this part. This part gonna be like assigned to the back so that I know those tracks are covered. Get my brush. Just try your best to cover up all the tracks. Because people definitely be all in your head, and people that are taller than you can see what you can't see. So cover up all the tracks. I like to spread mine so it's even. So my part straight. All right, good, good, good. So keep brushing it in until I like it. So for me, I'm gonna harden it so it can stay in place. I don't know. I don't like my part. It's not clean enough. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna leave it like that. Spread that thing back out. It's already been 22 minutes. You see right there, it's so freaking blind. I'm gonna try to tuck that in because dang. I did not mean for the blonde to be like dead right there. Okay, it's looking cute. So we're gonna harden it just to help it keep its shape. I'm gonna put Got To Be. My favorite is this one, the Fantasia Mega Hold Spritz Hairspray. Let me see if it's working. The spritzer is stuck. This is like a way lighter hold. It's not super aggressive. This is not even Got To Be. This is the I know some people was like banning this brand, but right now, that's all I got. Y'all see that, right? Like, y'all see that blonde right there? It's like dead in the front right there. It's irritating me. Okay, I'm gonna spray exactly where I want it to go. Make sure the hair is already in the position you want it to be in because it's gonna be stuck. And I typically don't touch it once I spray. I only do the ends. I don't go back into the roots and try to get the roots aligned. The roots should already be where you want it to lay. All right, so we're gonna spray it. Y'all see how aggressive it is, how hard the spray is? And the hold is even harder. I like to like go over the ends and I push it into my hair because it helps it blend better. I'm going like, go like this. And it's usually always do. And it just falls into the weave. Because of that brown piece, you can't even really see it. So I'm gonna do the front again. The front is probably the most annoying because that's the part you touch most and it's more likely to move out of place. That was a lot. The more the better for me because I'm about to get on this bus and go to sleep. So I'm gonna move my hair right where I want it to lay. I don't want too much of this blonde showing. Yeah, that's good. And let me get this side again. And right here is a problem area for me. Because no matter how many times I spray it, it always wants to lift back up. I'm pressing it into my hair and that helps it like blend with the weave. It like becomes one with the weave. I'm trying to see if y'all can see. So you shouldn't be able to tell where your hair is and where the weave is. seamless. Same on this side. Should be able to tell where your hair is and where the weave is. It should just all be one. Hopefully y'all can see that. So we're gonna do my edges. This video is getting long. Uh-oh. It's still a little wet. That's why I say you don't want to touch the roots too much. You want to make sure it all dries in place. So I've been using edge control and I don't like it. Edge control just like irritates my nerves now because it doesn't stay. And I don't have my blow dryer, so y'all bear with me. I use Got To Be. This is the Ultra Glued Invisible Styling Gel. It says non-sticky crazy hold. So I'm only going to put like a little bit. Y'all can barely see that. And the reason why is because I don't have my flat iron. I mean, I don't have my blow dryer. And I want this to get tacky. Like if it's too wet, it'll never dry. You see, I'm like pressing it in because it's going to just help it get tacky. So I'm going to do that. Just put it where I want it. I'm just going to keep pressing it until I feel like it's drying a little bit so I can scope my edges easier. And I like my thing down here to be out. That's just my thing. It's got to be, I don't know if it's water-based, but it definitely kind of makes my hair curl up. So that's why flatten is good, because the quicker you dry it, the straighter your hair will be. So we're going to go with this comb. I'm just going to try to scope the edges that I want. And I learned a little trick. Like, y'all see how the girls now, their edges look like baby hairs, even though it's pushed back? It's because they swoop it. They swoop it as their... I'm going to get my... I'm not going to lie, because this is going to be harder without it. Let's see if I actually get it to plug up. Because this Got To Be is too wet. And this is just going to stick more. I think it's good too to like kind of define exactly what you want to be slicked down, because it's kind of getting mixed in with my weave. And I don't want Got To Be to get stuck on that. My gel is showing. I mean, that glue that I put too much glue is showing a little bit. So I'm gonna put Got To Be only bits that I want. I'm just gonna keep pressing it in. Get everything that I want to stick. Because that little piece that's closest back here, that's the part that likes to wave for me. So let me see. I'm gonna try to dry it a little bit. Once I get it a little bit dry, I'm gonna try to mold it now. The tacky is, the easier it is to mold. really well. Typically, I am not sitting down when I'm doing this, so that worked out a lot easier. When I blow dry it, like if I'm doing it on somebody else, it's easier to blow dry it while you sculpt it. But sitting down, I just had to blow dry it sitting in my lap. Okay, you see it's already tough right there. I just see this little blonde piece sticking out that I don't like. I want it to blend more. So I might have to come back through and do that piece. I want the darker hair on top and the blonde at the bottom. You see how stuck that thing was? Yeah, I'm going to fix that. I'll come back to it. Anywho, I'm like, that's going to irritate me. It's just out way too much. I'm going to flat iron it and see if it'll stay since I already sprayed it. The heat will kind of like reactivate the hair. I mean, yeah, the hairspray. And like flatten it back out. Yeah, because I don't want no blonde pieces sticking out right there. It's kind of ugly. So these are my edges. See, it's a little crinkly right there, but it came out pretty good. I was trying to push this part down more, but that thing was drying too fast. All right. So now for the fun part, I'm going to, let me see. When I wake up, I'm going to know if this is cute or not. Because I feel like I should have dropped it a little bit lower, but whatever. Thumbs up if this video is at all helpful. Or you guys like what you see. All right. So typically I wear my hair straight, but what we're going to do for this trip is curl it. So I have, these are all, I have 4 bundles of 22 inches in my hair. But I used about maybe 3.5 because I didn't want too blonde. I'm gonna just let the blonde peek through because apparently it's not away, but whatever. All right, so we're gonna cut this baby up. And I plan on putting a lot of layers into this hair. I have my 1 1/2 curling iron. And I was gonna pin curl them, but truthfully, I don't have the right pins to hold it. So this is what we're gonna do. Oh. Push this side back. We're going to, I don't really know if I want to bang or not. I'm not really like a bang type of person, but I do want it to be heavy layers. So we're gonna see what I come up with. I'm gonna just, I do want it to be heavy layers, a little deep. I'm surprised y'all are up. It's almost 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm cutting this hair all up. It's the reason why I got shorter lengths because I knew I was gonna cut it anyways. And I wanted it to not be like a waste of money. Yeah, see, it's angled. I'm gonna do this side. That blonde's pissing me off. It's not even tucked. Like, I don't know why it's sticking out like that. I probably need to flat iron it back into place because now it's irritating me. I'm not gonna be able to let it go. I think I'm gonna put a pin right there so it'll hold in towards the back, like that's hot. I want my hair to fall over it so it blends better. So I'm gonna pin this right there to kind of give it some direction, because dang. Got a little wet. I was about to say this blonde needs to stay in a child's place. Like, I'm not trying to have blonde just peeking so bright right there. Okay, anywho, this is this side. Let's do this side. I don't want them to match. What with them scissors? So it's starting here. I'm just gonna have to eyeball it. I'm kind of just pulling it away from my face. And when I pull it, you'll see like the layers kind of fall, and then you'll know where to go back in. You see they're all dropping, so I know where we are. And at the end, I'm gonna cut these tips to be the same length. I hope y'all can see. If I can turn this down a little bit. All right, so it's not as sharp as the other side is. So now we're going to go inside of layers. And just make sure I like where they all are. Because now you can clearly see where it's falling. And so I'm gonna make it just sharper. Grabbing small sections. I need my scissors and my comb. I'm gonna keep it straight and just like angle it up, so I can follow that same pattern all the way down. Next layer. I'm gonna grab some of the last section and I'm just angling it, pulling it up so I can see where we're going next. And that's it for this. So that's gonna help going this way. Now I want them to be like inside of the layer. So I'm gonna push it up this way. Just go inside. push it up. And this is what's gonna give the layers on the inside. Now I'm just angling down. And I'll pull some of the same ones from the other side. You see the top here, the tracks at the top goes on top of all of them. I'll pull it up so I can see. The top tracks go on top. Are we too low? So I want them to be like deep. All right, so I like this side. You see it's like a little lower. I mean, you can see the layers in between. The top part should be lower than the bottom part. I mean, higher. And we'll go back to that. So I'm gonna do this side. This side's a lot heavier. Now I'm just gonna clean up the parts I already did. This one's a little harder with this hand, so I'm gonna go up. Just cleaning up my angle. Taking the next part. This is gonna give me a cleaner drop down this side. See, I'm just laying it flat and picking it up so I can see it. Oop, my comb. All right, I think my Wi-Fi is acting up. All right. Up so I can see. Up so I can see. I'll just do this. My hand's kind of thick. All right, so now here we are. You see it's like a lot cleaner. a lot cleaner step. Right here, it's not as clean. So let me clean up right here so that y'all can tell it's a step. Yes. Okay. Hopefully these sides should match. The sides a little lower. We'll clean it up. All right, now we're gonna do layers in between. On my top tracks at the top. For this one, I might do it differently because I don't think I want my tracks. Yeah, I'm gonna do it this way because I want my top tracks lower than my back tracks. I'm just gonna do it this way. And when I curl it, y'all gonna see what I mean. So let's see where this is gonna fall. It's gonna be a long, yeah, I want it to be long. I don't want no short bang. I haven't had a short bang in forever. So we're gonna keep it top tracks at the top. So I can cut into the hair. So we got our steps. Now I'm gonna go in. Let's do a little bit lower. I'm gonna go in like that. My right side's a little bit harder to see, so. Keep going. These layers a little too long. If I want it higher, I'm gonna bring it out more. I want it a little bit higher. I'm cutting scared. I'm cutting into the hair. I'm gonna have to bring the layers up. I just didn't want to cut it too deep. I'm going to do this last section. It's a thick section. Yeah, I can already see the guide, which was previously cut. Now we have our layers. And we can clean up the ends if we like, just to make sure it's still blunt. Now we kind of thinned it out with the layers. We're just gonna keep it blunt. Now we're gonna see if both ends match. They do. This one seems to be a little bit thicker. All right, now we're ready to curl. And I think I'm gonna put the curl in a part 2 because now it's late. I gotta get on this bus in about 15 minutes.